Hello, my book besties. It's Dano, and today I'm going to be talking about the reading challenges that I plan on doing in 2026. I cannot wait for some of them to start. Some of them I am carrying over, so I just wanted to go through them and just have a chat with you about them. This is just going to be reading challenges though, so I'm not looking at the readathons or anything like that. Just the challenges that I am giving myself or participating in. So let's get into it. Starting off with the ones that I'm carrying over into 2026, I am going to be continuing on with Herkid 2.0, making my way through that, seeing if I can at least get a bingo on that board. It is an effort, and I'm getting close to some of them, but hopefully I've got until the 31st of June. Nope, the 30th of June. Get it right, how many days are in the month. So I've got till the 30th of June to at least get a bingo in that. That's my aim, and I think I can manage that. So we'll see, but continuing on with that one, and then if 3.0 happens, I, at this stage, want to do it. However, Herkid does take a lot out of you. And it does consume all of your reading. Because I'm getting to the point of I'm going to have to specifically read books to get those prompts. And I don't know how I feel about that. It will definitely depend on what the challenges are next year. I think next year I might, depending on what the challenges are, change it up a bit more and sort of do my own version of it. Just because some of the challenges this year I am definitely finding it's not off-putting. It's just they're not what I enjoy reading. And if I'm going to challenge myself to read this many books, I want to make sure that I'm enjoying my time and not forcing myself to read things that I really don't want to read. And that's where I'm getting to. Or at least relax some of the rules so you can read from the same author in the translated section and things like that. Yeah, I think I might just go a little bit easier on myself next year and not follow all the rules so strictly. Then we have the R Fantasy, which is hosted on Reddit. This wraps up the end of March. I think it's the start of April that it starts in. So I'll see how I go with this one. I've been really bad at this year. I would like to do next year's again. However, I think I might. I was watching Gavin from Gavin Reads It All, and I really like the way he did the unlocking a row at a time. And I think that's part of my issue is I love creating TBR lists for these challenges, but then I don't feel like reading those books and I don't get around to it. So if I did something more like a unlocking the row, then I read what I want to read for that prompt at that time. So maybe I'll do something like that and take inspiration from Gavin and do something like that for our fantasy next year. Then I will be carrying on with my romantasy bingo. This is created by Covers with Cassidy, and that started at 1st of November that one started, so it goes until the 31st of October. So I will keep going with this series. I am enjoying this one so far. Romantasy is my genre, really. So definitely looking forward to making some progress on this one. This one is one that I really do want to get that blackout because, as I said, romantasy is my genre. So working on it actively and looking forward to continuing on, and hopefully she does it again in 2026. I will also still be continuing on with my backlist of Eldia prompts and challenges. So I started off this year and a little bit in last year going through all of the prompts that have ever been given for the Adventures of Eldia and reading my way through that. So I will be continuing on for that. However, my person will be moving on to a new calling this year or next year. So as much as I'm still doing the backlist of everything to get them up to where they should be if I'd started from the very start, I am also moving on to a new one just to have a bit more fun with it too. And not be so stressful, because doing 2 callings was a lot. It was fine while I was just, slotting things in and reading from backlist, but when I actually had to do the 2 callings within the month, it was hard. Speaking of, I will be doing The Adventures of Aldia in 2026 when that gets announced. It hasn't been announced yet, but hopefully it gets done soon and I can work it out. I don't know which version I prefer. I liked the map this year for something a bit different. So I'm kind of just assuming with the amount of effort that she went into creating that map that she might do something similar again next year. So I'm here for it. A new bingo board that I'm starting up in 2026 is my series Takedown. This is created by Rainy Blue Reads, and I'm looking forward to tackling all of my series with it. I am going to be using some of the prompts a little bit more leniently. So, if I've already started that series and the start of this series matched that prompt, I'm going to use it and count it. So, if book 1 counted for hard mode, then I'm going to consider that the book 2 or whatever I'm up to as that prompt, with the exception of the one that is starting a new series. That one I will allow myself. So there was one where it had to be a debut series for the author, and then the author had to be new to you. So I'm going with if the author was new to me when I picked up that debut series, then it counts. So that's what I'm going with, because, to me it counts, and I don't really want to be starting a series takedown project where I have to start a whole lot of new series. Kind of defeats the purpose. But looking forward to sinking my teeth into that challenge. Then I have created my own little trope bingo board in my reading journal. So this has 36 squares on it of just random tropes that I like, and I'll see if I remember to actually mark it off or not. I'm really bad at remembering what tropes are in books, but it's just a bit of fun to put in my reading journal, so I'll see how I go with it. And then also in my reading journal, I will be doing the A to Z challenge. I plan on doing this one both for authors and also for book titles. I haven't decided though yet if I'm going to double up between the two. So if I'm going to count, the same book for author and title if they both work. At this stage, probably not, just because of how many books I read, but for some of them, I don't know. I feel like if they're a challenging X thing, they're not going to be challenging for X for both the title and the author. So I'll have to be looking for books regardless. And then finally, I am doing a little challenge with Emily from Emily Elizabeth Book Lover, and we have given each other 26 reading prompts, so creating 52 reading prompts in the entirety to read from next year. We've kind of allowed it to be a little bit lax, and we're not specifically doing particular prompts in different weeks. It's just as we read books, we can mark off those prompts. So hopefully I can get through it pretty quickly, although I think she might beat me, but we'll see. Not that it's a race, but I've got a feeling she might beat me. So those are the reading challenges that I plan on doing in 2026. If you're doing any reading challenges, let me know in the comments below if there's any that I should be doing. Also, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. If you're not in a chatting mood, leave a purple heart, and I will see you all next time. Bye!